Today, I have a video for all of you entrepreneurs out there who are thinking about starting your own dietary supplement company. I've got 3 things you have to consider before you get going. Guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you to a rewarding career and to help you create a life you're proud of. And in that endeavor, today I answer a question from a fellow viewer who is thinking about starting his very own dietary supplement company. The guy's a health enthusiast. He's very active and he's really thinking seriously about starting up a company. He's seen my other videos and he wants to know what he needs to do in order to set it up right. Really good question. I've got 3 tips for you. As you guys know, or maybe you don't, that I have a ton of experience in this space. This is essentially my career: regulatory affairs, quality assurance. I've been a leader in this function, in this industry for a very long time, for 15 years and above. I've looked at natural health products in the Canadian space, foods in the Canadian space, foods in the US space, as well as dietary supplements in the US space. So I definitely know what I'm talking about. And if you have questions that you want me to answer about this topic, you know where to reach me. Okay, let's get to it. 3 things that you have to consider if you're starting a company in the dietary supplement space. Number 1, and that is, you know what guys, it is a regulated industry. I don't know how many news articles I've come across in the past where they always have this blurb about how the dietary supplement industry isn't regulated by the FDA. It is in fact regulated. I'll actually show you the regulations here. You can see it's all spelled out. They talk about how to label, what kind of claims you can make, what kind of ingredients you can use, as well as how to manufacture these dietary supplements. It is very detailed. It is quite rigorous. However, I think a lot of people confuse that a lack of regulations for a lack of enforcement. The FDA is a government agency. There are only so many people in that agency, and as a result, they can only tackle or enforce against a finite number of companies. And as a result, there are a lot of companies that do fly under their radar, and unfortunately, it gets misunderstood as if the FDA doesn't regulate, but it is a regulated industry. And what that means for you is that you actually have to make sure you follow the rules. The FDA expects all companies to follow the rules, and if you don't, the onus is on you to defend your position. And if you aren't following the rules, well, there are penalties. You could get heavy fines, stop sale, can shut down your business, they can inspect you. So there's a lot of things that the FDA can do because it is a regulated sector. The second thing you have to consider before you start a dietary supplement company is that a lot of these other brands that you see, you could probably see a lot of people on Instagram or on social media. They have quite a following. They're on Instagram, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, they've got a YouTube channel, they're huge. And they end up building such a huge following. And then they think, okay, I can sell them t-shirts, I can sell them books and advice on how to get fit. Now I'm going to go into the dietary supplement space. Obviously, they don't have a manufacturing facility themselves. I mean, the investment for that would be enormous. However, what they can do is go to these contract manufacturers and essentially contract out the manufacturing of the supplement. They go in there with the premise, with the idea. Maybe they contribute with regards to what ingredients they want to use, what they want to say on the marketing or on the labels or the overall design. And then the manufacturer is the one that does all the R&D. They actually manufacture the product. They put the label on the product. They may make suggestions on what kind of packaging to use, what kind of bottles to use. And then they do all the testing and essentially ship it out to the consumers. So they're essentially contract manufacturing everything out. And so a lot of owners think that they can actually contract out their responsibility with regards to compliance, with regards to following the rules that FDA has put in place. And the reality is that they can't do that. In fact, the FDA has mentioned in writing in a lot of warning letters that you can't contract out your responsibility to follow the FDA regulations and requirements. And chances are a lot of these guys don't really know their contract manufacturers. They're looking to their contract manufacturers as the experts, while the contract manufacturers could be doing the bare minimum to get by, to keep their costs low. So you're looking to them as an expert. They're doing the bare minimum just to get by. And as a result, compliance isn't up to par. And when something happens, when FDA is going to go after someone, they're going to go after you, which leads me to my third point. And that is FDA considers you, the brand owner, as the actual manufacturer. I think a lot of these brands, when they get into trouble with the FDA, what actually happens is like, hey, they're like saying, no, it's not me. Talk to my manufacturer. They built it out. I don't know anything other than me putting this label together or just selling to my consumer base. Unfortunately, the FDA has said in multiple warning letters and in writing, they say that you, the brand owner, is considered the manufacturer. You have a due diligence. You have a responsibility to make sure that your manufacturing facility, your manufacturing site, whether it's contracted or not, is following the rules, and that you as the owner has the responsibility of ensuring before your product gets onto market that it follows all the requirements and is fully compliant, so that your consumers are eating a safe and high quality product. So that's it. 3 very simple but important tips and things that you have to consider before you start your very own dietary supplement company. Guys, I have a ton of information upcoming. There's so much to dive into in this topic. And you know what? It's a great idea because I think there are a lot of people that are entrepreneurial, that want to start their own business, that really want to build a lifestyle for themselves. They want to build a career that they are absolutely proud of. And this is the road that they want to take. They want to build a new food brand. They want to build a new dietary supplement, natural health product brand. It's a huge space. There's tons of potential, but it's important that you do it right. And time again, I've seen it where a brand does the bare minimum, or they just didn't know that there were certain rules in place. So they build a good following, they build good inventory, they build good sales. And then year 1 looks good. Year 2, they double it. Year 3, they double that. And then all of a sudden they are big enough, they're not huge, but large enough to catch the eye of the FDA. They see this company that's growing really, really quickly. They go onto your website, they start buying your products off the shelf, they test it, and then they send these guys a letter saying, what's going on? Why do you have these claims? We're going to go inspect your facility, and they find all these other gaps. And then they go after you. Because you've already built your following, now you have to make all these drastic changes way too late. And unfortunately, your consumers see you making all these adjustments and they think that you're trying to take advantage of them. You're trying to increase costs on them. You're trying to cut corners on them. The perception really doesn't help you. You end up losing inventory. You end up losing lost sales per day. And you also get a huge reputation hit. So I obviously want you guys to avoid that. So I've got a lot more videos coming your way on this topic. And if you have a question, if you're thinking about starting up a company, throw me your questions at me and I'll answer them in a video just like this. Okay, guys, that's it for now. Different topic, different theme. If you like what I have to say, please hit that like button. And if you have a career question or a self-development question that you want me to tackle in a future video, just like this one, you know where to reach me. It's 101mentoring.com. Submit your questions to me that way. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.